his radio and TV shows with the following words. There is a power in the universe that is greater than you are, and you can use it. And not only can we use it, but we are using it. There is a story that I want to share today about a small congregation in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. They were given a piece of land, and they built a brand new sanctuary, and they were so excited. But about 10 days before they were to open, the building inspector stopped by and told them that their parking lot needed to be twice the size it was. And they had taken every square foot of their tiny lot to build the sanctuary. And their sanctuary butted up against a mountain. Now, they owned the mountain, but building a parking lot on a mountain seemed like a very difficult task. Now, this is 10 days before their scheduled grand opening. So on Sunday, the minister called for prayer. And he said there would be a meeting the next night. And he only wanted people to show up for this prayer meeting with mountain-moving faith. So the next night, 24 people showed up. And they prayed, and they truly understood the message from the Bible, that with the faith of a grain of a faith the size of a mustard seed, we can move a mountain. And they were willing to see and believe and know this mountain would move before their grand opening the next Sunday. At 10 o'clock that night, the minister said, "Amen," and the congregation went home. As they were walking out the door, the minister said, "We'll open next Sunday as scheduled. God has never let us down before, and I believe we have the faith to see this mountain moved." The next morning, the minister was sitting in his office, and there was a knock on the door. And this young man came in looking rough and dressed roughly. He was a construction foreman, complete with hard hat and the whole bit. And he looked at me, and he looked at the minister, and he said, "Excuse me, Reverend, I'm with Acme Construction Company over in the next county. We're building a huge parking lot. We're building a huge mall, and we need dirt. Would you be willing to sell us part of your mountain?" He said, "We will excavate it, we will take the dirt out, and we will even pave the parking lot for you." And the minister said, "Of course." And the next Sunday, the church dedicated, because they had the parking lot and they had mountain-moving faith. Do you have mountain-moving faith? Do I have mountain-moving faith? And what are we putting our faith in? The way you know what you truly believe and where you're placing your faith is to see what's showing up in your life. In the Bible, Jesus says, "It is done unto you as you believe." And this means that where we place our belief and desires and our passion is what shows up in our life. And the most important word in that entire sentence is the word "as." Because it's not what we think we believe. It's not what we want to believe. It's not what we tell ourselves we believe. It's what we believe that actually shows up. Holmes says, we need to identify ourselves with our own belief and become the master of our own thinking. This is from 10 Ideas That Make a Difference by Holmes. He also says, thought is acted upon by the creativity of the mind to produce results according to your belief. Again, this is what I'm talking about when we find out what we believe by looking at our life, because our thoughts are acting on that power in the universe that is greater than we are to create what is showing up in our lives. He goes on to say, you surely do have the power to become the master of your own affairs and to bring to pass those good conditions that you desire. And he says, in connection with God power, with the God power within you, there are many aspects, but this one, the right and the ability and the power to think creatively so that you have more desirable experience, is so impressive and so exceedingly important that it should be the basis of our entire life. And he also says, a belief in the invisible is the very essence of faith. A belief in the invisible is the very essence of faith. What do we believe? What's showing up in our lives? When we listen to the news and we see the atrocities that people do to other people and the things that happen in this world, and we've been praying and knowing and believing in world peace, our peace in our neighborhood, or that our children are safe in our schools. Do we still have the faith and the belief to know that as we believe, so it happens? What we need to remember sometimes is that when we are in a time of change and fluctuating experiences, the shadow side, or the opposite of what we want to experience, sometimes shows up. And I personally believe, as a nation and probably a world, we are in one of those times of great change and great shadow sides and what some would call evil or mistakes is showing up around us. And we must be strong enough, and we must believe in the power that is God, and the power of good, and the power of love, and the power of joy, and the power of just knowing that as we continue to hold that faith, that everything unlike what we believe is dissolved and dissipated and returned to the nothingness from which it came. And we have to continue to hold that faith. We have to continue to know whatever it is we know. Holmes also says, if our acts, as they must, spring from our inner thoughts, then it follows that if we change our thoughts, we will change our acts. Change our thinking, change our mind. We must take the opportunity to continue to watch our thoughts, to continue to change our ideas, to continue to hold on to those high thoughts, those high desires, that high knowingness of whatever it is that we want to believe. Again, in Matthew 17:20, Jesus said, truly, I tell you that if you have the faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. If the faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain, our faith in the love of God, the peace of God, the safety and protection of our family, friends, and children is something we can do and something we can continue to do. So how do we achieve mountain moving faith? The number one thing, in my belief, is to watch my thoughts and to not let me get drugged down by the appearance that the news and the media and others are so willing to show me as to why what I believe is not going to happen. I need to continue to hold that space, to hold that dream, and to realize that dream for the world. And to know that there is a power greater than I am that holds that faith with me, that allows my belief, my dream, my awareness to manifest. All of our success begins with the ability to dream, the ability to see something greater, to see something better, and to hold on to that until it begins to manifest. And the second part of this is after we dream, we need to be able to desire, to just really have that passion and that power to know what it is that we want to dream, what it is we want to see, what it is we want to be revealed, and to have that deep, deep desire, that deep passion to see it being revealed in our lives. Whatever our dream is, we have to truly know and feel with passion that it's going to be revealed. And third, we have to be daring enough to truly believe it. Doubt is frequently lack of courage, fear of embarrassing ourselves, of embarrassment, along with the fear of involvement or the fear of personal sacrifice. Sometimes this fear, this lack of daring, is enough to keep us from dreaming our dream and absolutely believing with heartfelt passion and desire that it can come about. So if you have a dream in your heart, something you truly desire, as you watch your thoughts, watch for those subtle fears, that embarrassment or whatever it is that's keeping you from manifesting that fear. Just watch it. And if it shows up, gently release it and strongly affirm and declare whatever it is you truly want to experience. And we have to have a beginning for this dream to manifest. And we've had our dream, we've ruled out our fears, and now we're beginning to see this dream happen. It's not enough to dream, desire, and dare. We have to act on whatever it is that we desire. We have to begin to take steps to allow it to unfold. Reverend Jane was sharing that she's working on a social media campaign. And I know this has been her dream, her desire, and her passion for several months at least, and probably several years. And she's taking the steps. She's stepped forth and she's begun the project. She's done some training. She's done many things to get to the point where she is actually putting it forward. She didn't let her fears that maybe I don't have the training to do this, or, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this. How could I ever possibly do this? She stepped up and did everything she could to get to the point to actually put this social media campaign into action. She is following her dream, her passion, and her desires. And that's what you have to do. And the fifth step is expecting it. Hope is a great power that can move you to success. Because it's when we expect to win that we're not holding back, but we're moving forward to the project. Reverend Jane has gone beyond hope. She knows that this campaign that she is creating is going to work, that it's going to do, and it is doing exactly what she intended it to do. And she holds on to that expectation. She holds on to that dream, that passion, and that desire as it begins to continue to unfold. And she affirms as a sixth step that it is happening. And she's affirming its success as it comes together. She's affirming its success as she does everything that she wants to do. And she's claiming that victory of a multimedia campaign that works. And then she allows that passion and that work that she's done to come together. And she continues to hold that faith. She continues to know that the people that this campaign is to attract are being attracted right now. And she continues with that passion. And each one of us has that ability, no matter what our dream is, to dream it, to dare to dream the dream, to dare to believe that it can happen, to desire that it comes true, to take the steps to allow it to come true, to create the framework for it to be revealed, and expecting it to happen, and affirming that it is happening, and giving it the time to be revealed. And then when it shows up, to actually accept that it showed up, to have created a space for which it can be revealed and be accepted, knowing that all things are possible. Jesus also said it is the Father's great pleasure to give us the kingdom. And we have to be ready to receive that kingdom. And the dreaming, the desire, the expecting, the daring, the taking those steps are all part of being willing to accept the kingdom. And this is the part of mountain moving faith. We can say we have the faith, but until we begin to take those steps to allow that faith to be revealed in our life, nothing happens. It is our job to be willing to accept what it is that we desire. And I hope that this process of accepting that is something that speaks to you, because I would love to see each one of you flourish in your life in 2018. And hopefully these steps will help you do that. So have a great week. And thank you.